now like to introduce Mr. Paul Gerso, the founder of Anatomics, a neurosurgeon and executive chairman of Anatomics. So Paul, say some words.
Thank you everyone coming along. Thank you to the Honourable Greg Hunt, Minister for Health in Australia, and to Chris staff from Assemble. Thank you very much for coming along. Minister Hunt has had a bit of a history of Anatomics. We first introduced Mr. Hunt to our business when he was Innovation Minister. Unfortunately, then he transitioned to health, and through successive governments, he's been able to follow our company, and he's taken great interest in 3D printing in particular, and helped us with the Biomedical Horizons grant. It was funded specifically for 3D printing technologies, and that grant has enabled us to deliver this facility and also to develop what I believe is now the world's most advanced polymer tissue scaffold manufacturing facility in the world. So thank you very much for all of that effort, Mr. Hunt, and thank you very much for Chris staff. I think Chris's vision is spectacular. When we first came and saw this site, there's a funny story. I actually got locked in because the security was in front of me on a rainy day, and we were looking around such a massive site, and I think it's a fantastic story, really, the way that we can renew this. And I love Chris's vision. I've been able to bring in the students and the education element and integrate that with business and housing. And I think the urban renewal is a really fantastic vision. Congratulations to Chris to be able to bring that vision now into fruition. Part of our brief here at Anatomics is to have space available for students, for universities. We've had close relationships with Swinburne University, Melbourne University, Monash University, University of Wollongong, QUT and so forth. So we're very hopeful that we can bring those students from the classroom, from universities into an industry environment where there's ISO 13485 manufacturing and see real world problems and learn from what we've learned over that time. If you pay your attention to this room here, you'll see there's a number 4 on that, one of the 3D printers. That 3D printer with number 4 on it, that was the first 3D printer that came to Australia in 1990. And when I laid my eyes on that, I thought, wouldn't it be wonderful if we could get a CT scan and use that data to actually make something? And that 3D printer made the world's first reconstructive models for craniofacial surgery for kids at the Mater Children's Hospital. Interplastic charity organisation brought those children from Solomon Islands, the Philippines, and disadvantaged countries for reconstructive surgery. That 3D printer was used to manufacture the first models of co-joined twins for separation that was performed up in Brisbane. We had several sets of co-joined twins. That 3D printer was used to manufacture the world's first custom reconstructive implant for craniofacial surgery. So that's the journey that we came on, and it's a bit of a relic now, but there it is. We built a relationship with the CSIRO, and that relationship then introduced titanium printing technology. And with the CSIRO, we were able then to create the world's first reconstructive implants for cardiothoracic or thoracic reconstructive surgery. And I'm proud to say that we lead the world in that area now. And with our cooperation with the CSO, we're also able to then refine and develop polymer material, which is then used also for tissue scaffolding. And our polymer, initially we called it PoreStar, and that polymer is unique in that it has flexibility and strength and porosity that allows tissue to grow, and it allows new applications. The Biomedical Horizons grant that came through the MTP Connect organisation that allowed us to create next generation polymer, which we now call StarPore. And StarPore is being used in Singapore for the world's first polymer root reconstruction, 2 cases there this year. And it's been used by a plastic surgeon called John Reinisch in Cedars-Sinai, Los Angeles, for ear reconstructive surgery on about 5 kids. And he's the chap who actually developed ear reconstructive surgery, and he has told us that he believes that's the best polymer tissue scaffold available in the world. We're doing research work with Melbourne University to upgrade that polymer now with bioactive substances to have antimicrobial activity and also enhance tissue ingrowth. With the success of Anatomics, we've built a very strong relationship with Beborn Ascalap, a German company, because we're distributing our product in Germany and Switzerland, Austria, UK, and we've just signed an agreement now to bring our products into the USA. I'll be travelling there next week, and that's a huge thing for us to now export into the US market. and we're hoping that we'll double our business and be able to double the number of people in this facility and grow steadily with that collaborative agreement with Beagle and Ascalap, and then also develop next generation technologies such as smart implants, and hopefully then eventually my dream is to move towards brain-machine interface technology. The CSIRO has also supported us quite strongly in that, with several $1 million of work going into developing microchip technology and feasibility for brain-machine interface technology, so that our next generation of implants will then become smart and enabled. And finally, I think the most credit is our team of champions over here. This team, if there were gold medals, they would have won more gold medals than anyone in Australian history. I think a number of world firsts that they've come up with. I'm extremely proud of the people that we've got, a mixture of youth and experience. We've got people here that I think demonstrate what Australia's all about. I've listed all the countries these people come from, but we've got people from the USA, Venezuela, Colombia, Indonesia, India, Iraq, South Africa, Italy, Ireland, Argentina, Jamaica, Macedonia, Singapore, and First Australian, who launched the MC ceremonies today. So these people, I think, are the future of our country, and they show that what we can do and the way that we can start to solve our health budget crisis and problems, not by importing products from overseas. 80-90% of our products, medical devices, come from overseas. Our population is demanding these products. The future for us is to make in Australia, make them here, use our people to make them, and that money goes back to our economy. That money then is generated from export into the other countries. And something that I'm incredibly proud about Anatomics is a lot of people do research and are going to do stuff and put things into sheep. We put things in Americans. And I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of my people for being able to achieve that goal. So, and with that, I'd like to introduce the Honourable Greg Hunt, Minister of Health, to come and say a few words on this.
This is an incredible day, and let me begin with a story which puts everything into context. Earlier this year there was a young fellow, his name's Connor, 15 years old. He was climbing on the rocks of Byron Bay, adventuring, living life. He had a fall. He fell about 15 metres and he had a catastrophic skull fracture. So much so that the emergency department surgeons took away a large part of the skull, and they made the decision, which saved his life, to keep that open, and that allowed for the swelling to occur without catastrophic brain damage. Of course, the issue came to replacing that part of the skull. And whilst this is not an exact replica of Connor's skull, it tells the story. It was an Anatomics 3D printed polymer body part that was used to replace the missing part of the skull. And of course, it binds with the tissue, which is one of its unique qualities. It's porous. It has flexibility in line with the natural properties of bone. And this young man, after the worst of accidents, but because of the brilliance of the emergency department, the capability of the surgeons, but the unique capacity of Anatomics, has a long, bright future in front of him. The latest reports are that he's recovering well, that he has the vast majority of his functions back, and you think, why do you do what you do? Why are you involved in this? Yes, it's a business, but it's much more than that. It's a calling, it's a purpose, it's a task of great meaning. And so when you think of your work, this amazing international workforce, you think of Connor, all these 5 beautiful children with their ears and their hearing capacity being reconstructed out of Cedars-Sinai in Los Angeles. You think of the person in Singapore whose sternum was reconstructed. Trauma, tumour, birth defects, all of these are the things that you are helping to repair, replace and reconstruct. And you know, that matters. And what a business. and what a task you've created together. And there's a phrase from one of my favourite authors, T.E. Lawrence, better known as Lawrence of Arabia, and in the 7 Pillars of Wisdom, he wrote that the dreamers of the night may dream their dreams, but the dreamers of the day are dangerous men and women, for with open eyes they help to shape and mould the world to come. And I look at Paul, and I look at Chris, and I look at many of you, and I see a lot of dangerous men and women, in the best sense. People who are literally helping to shape and mould the world to come. The idea that we can produce 3D printed body parts which are evolving from titanium to acrylic to polymer, and then with the capacity to embed smart technology to report on the body function, and in time, the brain interface, which will allow people inevitably to overcome other defects, whether it's in terms of hearing, sight, speech, movement, and the holy grail in many respects is to be able to work with mobility for people with paraplegia or quadriplegia. All of these things, when you combine them with the work in stem cells and genomics and 3D printing and smart 3D printing, are before us. They are not fantasies, they are future realities that are being developed in this lab today. What a part of the global bow wave of medical and human history. That's what you're involved in, nothing less than that. I just wanted to give you that sense of the importance. Our role is to support that, and we've been very privileged through the Medical Research Future Fund, and in particular through the Biomedtech Horizons program. Yes, it's a $45 million program, but it's not that. It's the fact that the funding, the $900,000 of funding that we provided, has been able to support the work here, been able to support what you're able to do with the new equipment and the next wave, and to have people from around the world, and to have you here representing Indigenous Australia is just such a thrill. It's part of a broader $20 billion medical research fund, a future fund, which is there in perpetuity. And that is covering rare cancers and rare diseases, clinical trials for beautiful young children with medulloblastoma. It's working on the Frontier Science program, and whether that's in epilepsy or stroke or so many other areas, early detection of outbreaks. These are transformative technologies in which Australia can lead the world. And equally, the work on stem cells and genome. I am delighted to officially declare open Assembles, Make, Incubator and Anatomics 3D Printing Polymer Lab. Okay. Now, questions whether I can master this technology. 1, 2, 3, open.